Welcome back to another hot chips serving of fresh chips.
Yes!
On today's menu, Amy.
Is gaming a real hobby?
Ooh,
What do we think?
it's a deep one.
Yes.
Deep one today.
It is and
very
it
deep.
isn't. Like, I feel like it's probably just something people are passionate about.
Yeah.
Is that it? And so tune in next week. It's just something people are passionate about.
I need more explanation around the question.
All right, okay.
Oh, okay.
So the reason I kind of wanted to talk about this is because you've got people, the term gamer, you've got the term gamer.
Yeah.
And it's gotten really ugly at the moment. At the moment, people don't want to call themselves gamers because what a gamer is. And then you've got people saying, why do they even call themselves gamers? People who watch TV passionately don't call themselves watchers. So
You know, you have bookers.
or you don't have
There is
readers.
a term for that.
Is there?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
What is it?
Like a
A
book.
bibliophile,
bookworm.
isn't
Oh,
it?
bookworm. Yeah. You're a bookworm.
I feel like bookworm's more derogatory than it is
No, it's
of
not.
somebody who
I
is a
don't think so.
bookworm who...
No, but like
Someone wouldn't go, oh, I'm a bookworm.
They would. I don't think so.
Oh, I
When
love
you go
books.
as
Well, I'm
gamer,
such a
yeah,
bookworm.
I think it's very different.
I think you're right. I think it's derogatory. You go, oh, that guy's such a fucking bookworm.
Okay.
I've never heard that.
I mean, I haven't heard it, but I can imagine someone using it derogatory.
I would say
Yeah.
that, like, my mum is a
Those
bookworm.
damn bookies.
My mum's a bookworm.
Because
In a nice
booking.
way. She reads lots of books.
yeah, but she wouldn't call herself a bookworm, right?
She probably would.
She probably
actually.
calls you a gamer in a nice way.
But she don't. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So I
Well, that's
guess
a gamer story.
the question would be: Is gaming something that you can put to the side and say anybody who plays games
Yeah.
is classified as a gamer,
Right.
or is it completely separate? Is it just like watching TV? Is
I
it
would-
where
yeah.
it's not really a hobby; it's just an activity that you can do?
I think people view it as a hobby, and I think that's worse. Like, I think, like, if you're from the outside looking in, you view someone that plays a lot of video games as that's their hobby. They play a lot of video games.
Yeah.
Sure.
Wasting their
And you
lives.
don't do that when someone watches a lot of TV. You don't go, oh, it's old Mike. He loves, like, his
Oh.
hobbies are watching TV.
Yeah.
Like, and it would be better if gaming was that accepted, because TV's so socially accepted.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just as, like, you're sitting on the couch.
Yeah.
Like, you sit on the couch, you're doing less watching TV.
Oh yeah, you're far more
Yeah.
passive.
Yeah,
than
you're not,
playing a
like,
game.
both physically and mentally, you're less engaged.
Don't they say that watching TV is like the most brain dead time, even compared to sleeping?
Yeah. So I've heard
Wow.
that you lose, like, you burn more energy sleeping than you do watching TV.
Yeah. that's
Wow.
the thing.
Yeah.
Maybe it wasn't brain energy; it was just total
Just
energy.
yeah, totally.
Yeah. I forget what we're talking about now.
Sorry. Gaming is an accepted thing to do.
So, like, my mum's a good example of this, where she'll be like,
It's all mentioned our mums.
yeah,
so.
she'll go like, you must have still be playing, a video game for a day or something. Like, yeah, and she'll be like, oh, you've been playing that video game too long. But
Come and
like,
watch
if it was,
TV with me.
if it was watching a movie or TV,
Yeah.
the same would not apply.
Yeah.
So why does it not apply?
Yeah, why is it different?
Is it because it is a hobby and people are kind of like, well, you're spending too much in your hobby, you should be doing other stuff.
Yeah, so if you're not playing video games, you could be going to the gym because they're on par.
Yeah.
But TV's not.
TV
Yeah.
is a separate thing over here that's socially acceptable to just do.
Yeah, like
It's a thing in your
breathing.
Because gaming is it's more socially acceptable than it ever has been.
Yeah.
But I think people don't realize they're gamers.
Right.
So I think people who play Candy Crush and mobile phones and
sure.
games and all that kind of stuff on the bus, in a way, they're a gamer, but they would never classify themselves as a gamer.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't, like the same people that might go and watch a movie on TV, like they sit down, oh, a movie's on, I'll sit and watch the rest of this.
Yeah.
They wouldn't classify themselves as a movie buff.
Right.
Yeah.
But really, they still enjoy movies in the same way that they enjoy video games, but they wouldn't classify themselves as
Right.
in that bubble.
There's like another part to this as well, where I have a lot of friends which are like casual core.
Yeah.
Like they are like casual gamers that play core games like Call of Duty, like Dark Souls, like, the Uncharted, what have you. And they play every night when they get back home from work. Like they come home from work, they play video games for a couple of hours. They probably play more hours of video games than I do. But they just don't identify as a gamer.
Right.
Playing games is just something they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they've taken it more on the watching TV side
Yeah.
of things. It's as casual as watching TV to them.
Yeah.
They don't live and breathe gaming.
No.
They're not going to be following up on the news in
And then-
regards to what's coming out. They just see something marketed big, like they might see GTA being marketed, and they'll go, "Oh, I like the last one I played of this. I'll go pick it up."
Yeah.
That kind of game.
That's it. And I think kind of
There's probably more of them.
There is.
Oh, there's way more of those.
Definitely.
Than everyone else.
And I think they are a little bit more, educated than we used to be. Like,
Yeah.
we used to be very at the mercy of word of mouth or,
EB
stuff we
games.
played before, EB games. But now I think people, I think Facebook is a big part of it. People see a lot more trailers, they see a lot more recommendations and talks and that sort of
It's
stuff.
not only that, but just marketing in general for games is so much more accepted on billboards and bus
Yeah.
sides and stuff like that people are just seeing more of it. There's probably a lot of people that would have seen GTA or Fallout 4 on the side of a bus and thought, oh, I wonder what this movie is. They wouldn't have even thought of it being a game.
Someone I saw on Twitter was actually like, "Who's that actor in that latest Uncharted movie?" Because
Yeah.
he's really good looking.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Right?
was like, "What?"
Oh, Nathan.
There has been a rise
I mean, you're correct,
recently
but-
of like actual actors playing a video, like Willem Dafoe and
Sure.
stuff like that. I mean, that's happened, and Kevin Spacey recently as well. Like, that was
Yeah.
a big media blowout. Everybody knew Kevin Spacey was in the new COD.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's probably why they're starting to think everyone in games is an actor,
is a
right?
someone.
Yeah.
This is someone.
So I think, back on track, the term gamer probably is used more for people that use gaming to identify with who they are,
Right.
rather than how much video games they actually play.
Yes, totally.
Yeah. And it's interesting, this is maybe getting a little more political on it, but the whole Gamergate thing is you've got... That whole Gamergate thing was basically pushed, if you call yourself a gamer, you're probably under that umbrella. And there is a big number of people, just complete morons, who ruined whatever Gamergate was originally, and it's now a horrible term, and it's labelled on these people that call themselves gamers. Like, this is what gamers think. And it's like, it's simply not.
Yeah.
So you've got a lot of people trying to distance themselves from the term gamer, despite playing the same amount of games, following the same sort of level of industry news, but they don't want that terminology anymore.
Yeah, I have an opinion on that.
Sure.
It's an interesting opinion,
Tangent.
and I will tread carefully.
Sure.
But I feel like there is a subculture of people that are not quite, socially, they have these weird opinions about women, and like they're sexist, they're quite often racist, and they haven't fit quite well into society.
Because they shouldn't fit into
Yeah.
society.
So what else do they have to identify with
Yeah.
other than the video games they play? And therefore they feel really passionate about calling themselves a gamer, and they become this like gaming sub-toxic culture because that's what they grasp onto.
Yeah.
I am Jeff and I play video games.
Yeah.
And that's all I have because I'm socially I ruin all the social relationships I have.
And I think that's a testament to how games can actually help people connect, and they're accepting of everyone and everything.
Yeah.
Just because there's nothing in gaming that locks off a
That's
particular person, and so it's a very easy thing for them to latch onto.
And with gaming, if you're an online gamer, you can just bounce from game to game or sort of online environment to online environment until you find like-minded people.
Yeah.
And there will be, I guess, 4chan gets mentioned a lot, and I'm not saying I don't know 4chan. There's probably great communities on 4chan, but you know that there are sections of it, Reddit as well, that are just filled with these hateful people that call themselves gamers, and those are the outspoken ones. Those are the ones that are going onto Twitter and making comments on articles and berating these female devs and all this kind of stuff, bringing them all down. And they're the vocal minority, right?
It's interesting. Yeah, you're right. There's never been an easier time for these like bottom dwellers to connect with each other.
Right.
Like it's just so easy to like find these toxic communities and like be strong together.
Hide behind their keyboards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if they're the vocal minority, they're the ones that are making the most noise and are to the outside world sort of signals what gamers are these days.
Yeah.
You can kind of understand why people want to move away from that gamer tag.
So how do we get them not to be like that? Like how do you like don't associate with our industry?
Yeah,
Off you go.
yeah.
Like can they like something else?
Yeah, and I think that helps. Why sort of saying, "Oh, I like gaming. I spend a lot of my time gaming." People just go, "Oh, you're a gamer,"
Yeah.
and so
Are you on 4chan as well?
yeah,
like
are you one
this
of
one.
these? There's just the perception that you've got some of those toxic kind of thoughts as
Yeah.
well.
my personal opinion is that the gamers that are not like that need to get out there and show people that gaming is not that. And
Which
that's
is
kind of
what
like
we're trying to do,
that's
right?
what we're
That's
trying
what
to
we're
do,
trying
right?
to
That's what I try and do.
Everyone really is doing that. The positive side of the gaming community is we're doing. There's so many people doing streams and events around gaming for charity. So many people doing streams and events, and actually, I follow a lot of hashtags and stuff for Twitter for my job at Leaping Tiger, and with that, there are a lot of posts about people in the gaming community who have gotten cancer, and they go to their little gaming community and they're like, this guy can't play anymore. Like they don't necessarily try to hide it, but this guy's not playing this game anymore, and somebody has to say something because he's gone. Where's he gone? So they come up and they're like, oh, he's got cancer and he's suffering. We're trying to get through the medical bills, and someone in that community will go, yeah, well, why don't we form together and get a fund going? And then it gets on Twitter, and then it gets sort of big and large. And I'm seeing a lot of that. Like there's a lot of community support, and it's just the thing that doesn't get the news. Like nobody
and
pays
that's the
attention to
thing,
that.
right?
Is it a media thing?
What gets the news is that for every time that happens, you've got 300 other guys making derogatory comments to developers, emailing them, like actually getting that word out there that what the developers are doing are wrong because they've hired the wrong person, or they've said the wrong thing, or their main character does something that they don't agree with. So I mean, so what could we do? What can we do as spokespeople for
gaming,
for the good side?
I think
You
it's
tell
hard.
us.
Connect to strong media outlets and show them that these powerful, loving stories exist.
Yeah.
Yep, that's important because maybe we're not doing enough to preach our goodness as much as they are doing to preach their hate.
Yeah, and also it's hard. Like I think the answer is not to fight with them either.
No,
because you
no,
can't win
no,
battles
you can't.
against stupid.
No.
So just stay away from that.
And there's a certain point where you're just like, if you're fighting with someone, you're as good as them. You're attacking them.
Yeah.
You're stopping them from.
Well,
being
you're
free
giving,
and
and
doing
you're
what
also
they want.
giving them meaning for what they're doing.
Yeah, as well.
Like, because if they've got something to argue about, they'll keep doing it. Whereas if no one's like, if they're just like, just go away, do your own thing.
We actually started out talking about gaming as a hobby and very much finished by talking about what a gamer is.
Welcome to Hot Chips.
So that was
I think it's
fun.
because there's no way to say that it's not a hobby. Anything's a hobby.
Yeah.
You just do it in your spare time, lots.
Yeah, I think you decide for yourself what's a hobby.
Yeah.
Really.
Because there are people who play games that don't classify it as a
Yeah.
hobby, and some that do classify it as a
Totally.
hobby.
Yeah.
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 And that's the answer, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much.
Some do, some
Do
don't.
you think gaming's a hobby? Is gaming your hobby?
And what can you do to help spread the word about what gaming really is, I guess?
Yeah, that would be awesome. If we could all just join together,
Yep.
Hold hands.
forces one.
Clean your hands first.
Don't forget
Hold
to
hands.
like and subscribe, and we will see you next time.
Cool. See ya.